as you see that what is displayed here, it is written that Samruddhi cluster level competition. So under Samruddhi cluster level competition, we are making this video in order to show that Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Chan is implementing national education policy and the pedagogy of art integration in our day-to-day teaching learning process. Okay, this is a joint project of English language and art department, and with the help of art teacher Shri Tara Chandji, we have designed this project. Basically, you know that today we are going to learn the lesson, the Silk Road, which is written by Nick Middleton. We have already completed the lesson, but under the art integrated pedagogy, today we are going to study the Tibetan culture and particularly its calligraphy. Because under art, we will have to preserve the cultural importance of various areas. As in this lesson, we are dealing with Tibet. So basically today we are talking about the Tibetan culture and its importance, particularly its calligraphy. What we are going to do today, it is the learning objective that we have designed. First of all, we will understand the Tibetan calligraphy, its style. There are two styles, how to write it, what are the instruments which we use, and its spiritual significance. On this side, you can see certain display of calligraphy. It is the original calligraphy of Tibetan culture which are designed by the students of JNV Chan from class 6 to 12. So now I would like to invite you please to come over here and speak something on Tibetan culture and its calligraphy. Later on, I will ask some questions. So this will be a listening test. Okay, just start your.
Good afternoon to all. Myself Yogesh Sharma. Today I am here to discuss from you about Tibetan calligraphy. Let me tell you first about the history and evolution of Tibetan calligraphy. It originated in 7th century, influenced by Indian and Chinese scripts. It has two styles. First Uchin and second Umi. The Uchin is headed script, whereas Umi is headless script. It is an ancient and revered art from that plays a significant role in Tibetan culture and Buddhism. Now I will tell you techniques and tools to write Tibetan calligraphy. Handmade brushes are used to write, made from animal hairs and plant fibers. The ink is made from soot or lamb black mixed with water. The paper is also handmade from the bark of different plant.
Okay, now as you have just listened what he told about the Tibetan calligraphy, I would like the first question, how the Tibetan calligraphy originated? Raise your hands. Yes.
7th century.
It was originated in 7th century, but I am asking that how it originated. It is influenced by two countries. That is what I am asking you. Stand up.
Indian and Chinese.
Indian and Chinese. Sit down. How many styles are there of Tibetan calligraphy? Yes.
Two styles.
Okay, there are two styles. Can you name these two styles? Although it is written here on the blackboard also, on the whiteboard. Yes, please.
Uchin and Umi.
Yes, Uchin and Umi. Can you explain what is Uchin and what is Umi? Please raise your hands. Can you define? Yes, please.
Uchin is headed script and Umi address.
Yes, so this one is your headed script and this one is your headless script. Very good. Now, he also talked about how to write and what are the things which we use in order to write the calligraphy. Here you can see the beautiful display of the calligraphy of Tibetan culture. So, can you tell me which ink is used? Handmade. And how they made this ink? Raise your hands. Yes, very good. Soot. Very good. From soot or from lamp black. And by adding water. So this is what we are reading under art integration, that in Tibetan culture the calligraphy is written using the ink by mixing water in the soup. Is it clear? And how or what type of pen we generally use to write? Yes,
Handmade.
it is handmade. And how it is made?
Animals, they were plant fiber.
Yes, we generally use the plant fiber or animal hair in order to make the brush. And our students have also just written this script using the brush. Although that was not the brush made up of animal hair or plant fiber. But this is a display that this looks like this. Is it clear? And it is the time that we will have to preserve this type of calligraphy. Now, I would like to thank you. Now please go. I would like to request you to please come and tell us something more about Tibetan calligraphy and its spiritual significance.
Now I will
Please be there. Yes.
Now I will tell you about the use and spiritual significance of Tibetan calligraphy. Ujin or headed script is a formal cursive script which is used for important documents and sacred texts. Umi or headless script is an informal and used for everyday writing and correspondence.
Okay. Please be here. Now, you just tell me that what is the significance of this calligraphy. There are two styles, Uchin and Ume. So, when do we use Ume? Yes, please.
Informal.
In informal writing. Sit down. Very good. Any other? Would you like to elaborate it? What is the meaning of informal? What type of writings we generally do in informal writing? Yes, very good. Everyday writing. Very good. So everyday ordinary things which we generally write, we write it in Umi style. That is headless or headed. Headless. It is headless. Very good. Now, can you tell me that when Uchin is used? Raise your hands. Yes.
To write important documents and sacred texts.
Yes, to write important documents and sacred texts. In our lesson, the Silk Road, it is mentioned that the writer was going to perform Pora of Mount Kailash. And Mount Kailash is famous for Hindus, Buddhists and Jains. So basically, Tibet, which is predominantly a Buddhist territory, so all the sacred Buddhist texts are written in, you just said, yes, very good, Uchin, which is a headed form of writing style. So here also you can find, and with the help of our art teacher Shri Tarajan sir, we have designed it, and you can find out that some of the text and the letters are headed. So these are Uchin, and if we have to write a religious text, okay, we will have to write a sacred text, we will have to use this one, and you can find out that some texts are unheaded, or you can say headless. Is it clear? And you can also see the display of the consonant. Some are consonant and some are vowels. So through this small activity, we have integrated art and particularly culture of Tibetan calligraphy. So to sum up, now I would like to request any one of you to please come here and tell us that what we have learned through this art integration activity. Please go. Anyone? Very good. Just say 4 or 5 lines what we have done today. Yes.
Tibetan culture and its use importance of culture calligraphy. It is written in two styles. First Uchin, and which is headed script, and Umi, which is headless script. Uchin is used for important text and sacred text, and Umi is used in informal and daily writings. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is how we will have to learn something more in our lesson apart from the context or the knowledge that has been given in the lesson. At least we are able to know that what is Tibetan calligraphy, how it is written, what are the different forms, and which form is used to write what type of text. So this was all for this activity. Thank you. I hope that you must have just got a lot of information about Tibetan culture, and you will not stop here. You will elaborate your knowledge about Tibetan culture by doing similar activities under art integration. Thank you.